We have eventually got to Ephesus, E-P-H-E-S-U-S. This Ephesus is a must. 这个是什么意思？一个 must。如果你拜访一个观光一个地方，你说你一定要做那个东西 ，it's a must。他说你说，比方说你跑到台北，你一定要做那个博物馆，或者博物馆这是一个 must。So Ephesus, M-U-S-T, is a must. You have to go to Ephesus because this is probably in the Middle East 在中东的最好的保留的罗马的时代的一个城 ，wonderfully preserved, and 它是被保留的很好的。And so every year, thousands, maybe millions of tourists, 不一定有几千有几百万人都跑到 Ephesus， and 每一个石头and because I think it's the Austrian 奥地利国的考古学 archaeology is 考古学。They did a magnificent job. 他们做得很好，把那个全部的石头，因为很多石头留几好几百年，把它们拍起来的。我们 go there, and when we go there, we will find out Japanese, Taiwanese, French, you name it. Every country in the world, they all go to Ephesus, and they drink up the atmosphere. Drink up the atmosphere. 他们喝那个气氛。they drink up the atmosphere of it's like plunging into 2000. When you walk through Ephesus, it's 好像你到2000年以前。You can imagine. You go, for example, we are now going down the main street. You could call this Curetes, C-U-R-E-T-E-S. We're going down the main street of Curetes. And you can imagine it's just like today we're going down Simending or Zhongshanbeilu or somewhere, and you can go window shopping. You say, oh, you can buy the fruit here, and you can buy the vegetables here. You can buy and the big, and then they have there everything you want. All the shop people, selling people, is Ephesus, and you can imagine. So you see all these people going around it. So when we come into Ephesus, probably most people don't know, but anyway, there's a guy called Luke, L-U-K-E. Luke was the author of two important books in the Old Testament, the Gospel of Luke, 路加的福音, and also the Acts of the Apostles, 宗徒大事录. His tomb, 他的坟墓, is in Ephesus. So they say. I don't know. But just by the way, there are many legends. Ephesus is a mine of information. 它是一个矿的，之所以的 many. For example, there's the grotto, G-R-O-T-T-O, of the sleepers. The grotto. What is a grotto? G-R-O-T-T-O. G-R-O-T-T-O 是一个小山洞的，很漂亮的山， is a grotto. G-R-O-T-T-O, and it's called the grotto of the 7 sleepers. 7个睡觉的 in this grotto. And the legend goes, 传统他说 originally Ephesus was pagan, P-A-G-A-N. What does pagan mean? Pagan actually originally means 土包子. But then gradually means 没有信耶稣的。所以本来 pagan 是你不信耶稣，你是一个土包子。对不起不要生产，但是原来的意思是这样。pagan 是因为 pagan 是 country folk 乡下的人不信，所以他变成土包子。土包子不信耶稣的，所以你是 pagan， 你没办法，你不知道真理是什么。But anyway, so Ephesus was pagan. They were not Christians, so they were persecuted. And one of the emperors, 有一个罗马的帝国 they want to kill all the Catholics, all the Christians, 所有的天主教，所有的基督教要把它杀掉了。And they put 7 people into a cave. 他们放的7个人在那个一个山洞里面。And they blocked it up, 把它卡住了。And they block it up, and for 7 years, for 200 years, these guys were inside the grotto. And then after 200 years, there was an earthquake, like a地震. There was an earthquake, and the 7 people woke up. 他们过了200年，他们信过来的。And they walk into Ephesus, and Ephesus, they were beautiful Catholic. 他们发现很漂亮的天主教的教堂啊，他们都是认识耶稣基督啊，没有人迫害他们啊。他们说奇怪的，当我们出来的，我们要讲耶稣的，讲天主教，我们的头就被砍掉了。They said, the whole world was changed. So they look at these people. Where do you come from? They had money from 200 years ago. And anyway, they told their story. 他们讲他们的故事。Anyway, they went back to the grotto and they went to sleep and they died. But anyway, this is called 这个地方的名字叫 The Grotto of the Seven Sleepers. 这个7个睡觉的小山洞。The grotto, Grotto. But anyway, that's in Ephesus. So we're going down this the curators, and on the right-hand side we can see what is called the Odeon. Odeon. The Odeon is just a small theater. About 200, 300 people can watch the performance. Maybe music, maybe a play. 他们就是一个小，他们表演的 they're acting plays or musical festivals. It's a little called the Odeon, Odeon. And you can say the word Odeon, if you go to Europe or go to England, the Odeon, maybe 你可以说电影院，就是可以说是 Odeon, Odeon. It's just coming to the English language. But anyway, it's a small theatre. And then you keep going down this road, and then you see on the right-hand side, you have the baths, the sauna. And just by the way, we mentioned how come Ephesus was chosen. Why did people go to Ephesus in the first place? Wait a minute. We just mentioned one of the reasons is that the Dorians came down. We mentioned Dorians to Greece, and the Greeks went to Ephesus, etc. And there was an oracle, Oracle. An oracle 就是好像一个巫婆或一个你到那边去问什么问题啊，他会给你回答。这是 oracle, Oracle. And the oracle said to them, they say, if you go to a place where there is a pig and fish, you start a colony. 你到一个地方去，那个地方有鱼有公猪 as a pigs and a boar, pig and fish. Okay, you start there. So they go there. The son of the king of Athens, 雅典的国王，他的孩子的名字叫 Andronicus. He comes here in his boat. They stop. They are feeling peckish. What does peckish mean? Peckish. Peckish. Peckish means 你肚子饿吗？你说 I'm a little peckish， 就是我喜欢 peck。peck 是这样，一个公鸡，一个 a chicken， 一个 chicken， 它做 peck， 这是 peck， 它的嘴巴它会 peck， 它 peck。我们吃的，但是他们 peck 一个鸡 chicken they peck。So if you're feeling a little peckish， 我感觉好像一个公鸡，我很喜欢吃，好像平安，就是I'm feeling a little peckish. Anyway, they were feeling a little peckish， 意思说有一点饿，但是不是很严重的，就是 little。我喜欢吃一个饼干这样的说 peckish, P-E-C-K-I-S, peckish. Anyway, they got hold of a boar, B-O-A-R. Boar is a male pig. And, or rather, they got hold of some fish. They had some fish. They make a fire, and they were roasting the fish. 他们要烤那个鱼，那个鱼的那个火把几个小树烧掉了，出来的一个公猪 a pig, a male pig. 那个 B-O-A-R, a male pig. So they saw, a fish and the boar, and the oracle said, 那个巫婆她说的，如果有个地方有鱼有公猪 ，OK 你要开，所以这个是 they came to Ephesus. That's how they came to Ephesus. Now Ephesus, as we were saying, was a very rich, important place, and the most important thing about it, as we've just mentioned, is this fertility god Diana. Now originally, this is the center of Turkey is called Anatolia. Anatolia. This is the Anatolian plain. This is Anatolia. Okay. Now in Anatolia, they had important fertility goddess. She was called the Sibyl, Cybele, Sibyl. Now, the Greeks made the Sibyl into Artemis, Artemis, and the Romans made it into Diana. So Sibyl, Artemis, Diana 都是同样的神，但是不一样的民族的名字，同样的就是神，这是非我的神。So they had here in Ephesus another one of the 7 wonders of the world. It was so beautiful. They built this big, magnificent place. It was in marble, and this temple was a bank, and like a hotel, money lender, everything. And so the people in Ephesus, that was how they made their money. Because what happened was, Ephesus, there's a river here called the Cayster, Cayster. The river came here, so Ephesus originally was a famous port. 它是一个很有名的港口. And so they had many traders. They would come into Ephesus, and from all over the world bring their merchandise. 他们是全世界买的他们的货，他们的 merchandise, and the business was top notch. It was like 好像一个香港，一个 Singapore, a very important place. But the problem was that this river was silting up. Silting, silting up. What does silting up mean? Silting up means this is the river coming down here, and the sand comes down the river, and so the delta, D-E-L-T-A. What does delta mean? Well, the delta, it means A, B, C, D. Alpha, beta, gamma, delta, D-E. So the delta, this is the river is here, the delta has a D. So the delta was silting up. So they couldn't use the harbor, so they had, how do they make money? The temple, miao. All over that area, everybody went to go to Diana. And particularly the silversmiths, S-I-L, silver, yin jiang, they make a little pretty statue, like we have Guan Yin, Pusa, or some Ma Zhu, or some 东西，那个神，那个圣母玛利亚，那个，but 他们那边是 Diana， 一个小神，用银子的 S-I-L-V-E-R, and they would flog. What does flog mean? F-L-O-G is 卖，但是 flog 有一点好像不好，if you sell that is okay, 但是 you flog it 好像有点粗的 F-L-O-G. Anyway, they flog many. They had many statues. Oh, and they were rolling. R-O-L-O-L. If you say, what does that mean? I'm rolling. Means, oh, was a 千刀出的，这边有1000. And they made a lot of money because they made these little silver statues, and they sold them. Everybody had, I must have when you go to Ephesus, bring me a statue of Diana. So these merchants, they were rolling. So when Paul came, Paul was this famous preacher 2,000 years ago. We'll talk about him later, but anyway, he came to Ephesus, and this guy Paul was just top notch. What does top notch mean? It means 最高的，他是 number 1. He was eloquent, he was holy, he was an intellectual. He came from a place here called Tarsus here. Paul came from the other end of Egypt. He came from Tarsus, and when he came to Ephesus, it was like a bombshell. 还有一个 boom, 那个 bombshell. He said to these people, "This is a pagan woman." He said, "This is an idol. 这个是一个偶像，你不要拜它，你要拜只有一个是天主。Oh my God, 那个是世界末日到了. That's the end of the world. What do you mean? You say Diana is an idol? No. That's how we make money. Or gradually, many people, they believe, they say, yes, it's an idol. 它是一个偶像，不要拜它。This is 2,000 years ago. 那现在你要拜天主。So they were very angry. So anyway, we'll stop at that note. I hope you're not angry. 我希望你不是太生气。We will meet again in Ephesus or somewhere. Okay, have a good time. God bless.